Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of the Transfer Talk.
If you're a true Liverpool fan, subscribe to Anfield Signal.
Liverpool gets Jeremy Jacquet update as worst injury fears come true. Liverpool signed Jeremy Jacquet last month in a deal worth up to £60 million, $80 million, but the defender is set to miss the rest of the season after suffering a serious shoulder injury. Liverpool-bound defender Jeremy Jacquet is reportedly set to undergo season-ending surgery on his shoulder. Jacquet agreed to join the Reds, with the 20-year-old due to move to Anfield in the summer. It meant that the France youth international would stay at Rennes for the remainder of the campaign as he looked to help Les Rennes secure a return to European football. However, Jacquet is not anticipated to feature again for Rennes this season, just 5 days after his switch to Liverpool was announced. Jacquet sustained a serious injury to his left shoulder in a 3-1 loss at Lens. According to West France, Jacquet's inconclusive pain tests have left surgery as the only option. It's added that Liverpool were in contact with Rennes and Jacquet, but have played no part in the decision. It left the final word down to the Ligue 1 side and the player. With Jacquet set for weeks on the sidelines and Rennes' season to end in mid-May, there is a strong possibility that his campaign is over and he won't play for Franck Heiss's side again this term.
Jacquet will then join Liverpool on July 1 after the Reds completed a move for the highly rated center-back who had been linked with Chelsea and Bayern Munich before Arne Slot's side swooped in. Following Liverpool's completion of the Jacquet signing, head coach Slot remarked in a press conference, "Very pleasing, of course, because first of all he is a very big talent, and maybe even more than only a talent, but we speak about talent because of his age, of course. Second of all, because we weren't the only one interested in him, so another big compliment for the people that are working every single day so hard to sign players that we were able to sign such a big talent. And it is another example of the model we are using at this club. So young, very talented players, sometimes in the start of their career, sometimes already a few years into their career, but always players that are young and can improve us and help us for the short but definitely also for the long term. We have signed a lot of them recently, and I've said many times that the mid to long term, but even the short-term future of this club is in a very, very, very good place." Jacquet had registered 33 senior outings for Rennes, including 21 this campaign, before sustaining the shoulder injury on February 7. Overall, the player born in 2005 has accumulated 88 senior appearances throughout his career, beginning in Rennes' B team and undertaking 2 separate loan stints at Clermont Foot. He is poised to bolster Liverpool's defensive lineup and could form a partnership with Virgil van Dijk next season, especially with Ibrahima Konaté's contract due to expire in the summer and Giovanni Leone likely still on the road to recovery.
Liverpool transfer news has $188 million swoop-eyed and Newcastle battle for 33-goal ace. Liverpool transfer news is Arne Slot's side is linked with a move for a Paris Saint-Germain midfielder, and Newcastle is linked with a 33-goal South American striker alongside the Reds. Liverpool has turned a corner with its results lately, and things are starting to look up for Arne Slot, but more work will be required to fine-tune his roster when the season comes to an end. Out wide, Liverpool could use some more pace, and depending on the outcome in Ibrahima Konaté's contract saga, it might need more additions at center-back alongside Jeremy Jacquet, who will arrive from Rennes. Here is the Liverpool.com verdict on the latest transfer gossip to emerge around the Reds. We start with a bold claim about a PSG superstar who is supposedly being eyed by Europe's elite.
João Neves. Liverpool, Manchester City, and Real Madrid are all keeping an eye on João Neves at PSG, according to Sportsboom. One of the best players in the world, he is under contract until 2029. Valued at as much as $188 million, £140 million, there is absolutely no suggestion that PSG would want to lose the 21-year-old. A regular for club and country, Neves is a key man for PSG and Portugal. While Liverpool and the rest of Europe would obviously love to sign a player as good as Neves, it is almost an impossible deal to pull off, even though the Reds have shown they are willing to splash out big fees with the likes of Alexander Isak and Florian Wirtz.
Luis Suarez, Sporting CP. Premier League duo Liverpool and Newcastle are both interested in signing the Colombian forward Luis Suarez from Sporting CP in the summer, according to the Portuguese outlet A Bola. The 28-year-old has scored 33 times so far this season for club and country combined, exploding in place of Victor Gyökeres in Portugal after his move to Arsenal, where the Swede has been a moderate success. Suarez leads the Portuguese scoring charts with 22 goals domestically. He is averaging a goal every 85 minutes, which is better than the likes of Radamel Falcao, who averaged one every 101 minutes, and Jackson Martinez, who needed 152.
Arne Slot explains Liverpool's summer transfer plans after an extreme change to the Premier League. Arne Slot has addressed Liverpool's transfer plans after the change in emphasis in the Premier League this season. Arne Slot is adamant Liverpool's recruitment plans will not be affected by the shift towards a more direct style of play in the Premier League this season. The Reds have suffered a disappointing defense of their record-equaling 20th championship, not helped by more teams assuming a more aggressive, set-piece-led approach. Slot admitted on Monday most of the games he had watched in the Premier League this season were not a joy to watch, echoing concerns from an increasing number of observers about the entertainment value offered by the division. Having been least productive side at set pieces in the top flight until the turn of the year, no team has scored from more non-penalty dead ball situations in the Premier League this calendar year than Liverpool. Such potency has rekindled hopes of guaranteed Champions League qualification, with the Reds aiming to temporarily move into third spot with victory at rock-bottom Wolves on Tuesday evening. But Slot has explained Liverpool will remain aligned to the long-established Fenway Sports Group transfer policy when they look to strengthen their squad in the summer. "We have our own model over here, as I said many times, and our model is that we sign young players," said the Reds boss.
It's normal for younger players that they have to adapt usually more towards the Premier League than if you sign players that have already played in the Premier League, that are 27 and are already in the end of their physical growth. But it's exactly the reason why we have our model, because we believe that players can get better. This club has shown that we can achieve things, as we did 6 years ago and last season, with our model. Liverpool underwent an extensive squad overhaul last summer and have already agreed a £60 million deal to sign 20-year-old French centre-back Jeremy Jacquet from Rennes at the end of the season. And Slot added, "A rebuild takes time, a transition takes time, and that's what we did last summer. But we didn't expect the league to become like it did this season. You couldn't know this because last season it wasn't as extreme as it is this season. That is usually what happens. If a team has a success in a certain area, then it is being copied. 10 to 15 years ago, a lot of people wanted to play like Barcelona. Let's hope the one that wins the World Cup has a great style of play, wins it by scoring open play goal after open play goal, and doesn't win it for a different reason." The Premier League is powerful in the sense that every ball is being kicked forward, especially in the beginning of the season. That was especially against us. That has settled down a little bit, in my opinion. In the first 10 games or something, it was just long ball after long ball after long ball, direct style. Jeremy Frimpong is pressing for a start at right-back at Molineux after returning from injury with a lively cameo in Liverpool's 5-2 win at home to West Ham United at the weekend. However, Florian Wirtz remains sidelined by a back problem, with Alexander Isak, Connor Bradley, Wataru Endo and Giovanni Leone all still out.